have some German goulash. I wanted to make this at the beginning of my video because I really want to stress how delicious this is. This is so tender. It takes about 1 hour to cook once you get everything seared in the pan, and this is so flavorful, so tender, and so delicious. I'm not exaggerating, it is so good. If you're looking for a really hearty meal, like a goulash that you've never tried, this German style is better than the one I have on my channel that I did about a year ago. It was a Hungarian one. This is so delicious. Now, I'm serving it with potatoes because I have so many potatoes right now, but you could serve it with pasta, rice. There's many different things you could serve it with. So we're having this with potatoes and salad, as I showed you. I did get this recipe from Michael, my friend, and I will show you his channel coming up. So if you're looking for a delicious meal that takes about an hour, I hope you give this one a try. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, these are all the ingredients you're going to need to make this German goulash. You're going to need 1 pound of beef. You can use chuck or sirloin. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 chopped onion, 2 cloves of garlic, or you could use 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 2/3 a cup of red wine, and I'm using port, 1 1/3 cup of beef broth, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 1/2 a teaspoon of marjoram, and 1/2 a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and actually it's to taste, 1 bay leaf. And you can either use 1 chopped tomato or you can use 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm going to be using tomato paste. And also you're going to need some cornstarch and a little more, 2 more tablespoons of beef broth with 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. That's going to be a slurry later. So let me show you how to make this. It's a wonderful dish. Okay, the first thing you want to do is chop your 1 pound of meat and your 1 onion. And it doesn't matter which one you do first, but you want to get that done. Because these are the first 2 items that you're going to be cooking. Okay, once you have your whole onion chopped, just set it aside. And now we're going to chop our meat. So you want chunks right anywhere from 1/2 inch to like 1 inch thick. Okay, so once you have your meat cut up, you can salt and pepper this. We are going to add salt and pepper later too, but I always like to salt the meat generously before you sear it. And now we're going to go over to the stove and sear this in our tablespoon of olive oil. Start getting your ingredients ready so that when you have everything at the stove, you have it all ready to pour. So you're going to need 2/3 a cup of red wine. So you want to put that aside. Then you're going to get your 1 1/3 a cup of beef broth. Okay, you want your minced garlic or your fresh garlic cloves. You want all your seasonings, and you want your either your chopped tomato or your 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Okay, you want to get your cornstarch slurry ready, which is your cornstarch and beef broth. This will be something you're going to need later, but you want it set next to your stove with all your other ingredients so that everything is readily available. Okay, you're going to add your tablespoon of olive oil in. Now you're going to sear this completely on all sides. Okay, once your meat is cooked like this, it won't be tender how you want it, but it's going to be cooked. You just put it aside. You're going to take all the meat out and put it aside. Okay, you have juice from the olive oil and the meat, and now you're going to add your chopped onions in. And we're going to stir those around until they're translucent, about 5 minutes. And once we cook these a little bit, we're going to add our garlic. About 5 minutes in, you're going to add your garlic. And stir it around. Probably about 30 to 45 seconds. You're just going to kind of stir it around and get all the goodies on the bottom. And then after that, we're going to add our 2/3 a cup of red wine. And now what we're doing is deglazing the pan with this wine, so it gets all the goodies from the bottom. So that's what we're doing right now, kind of deglazing it at like a medium. Okay, and almost immediately after, you're going to add your 1 1/3 cup of beef broth. And you're going to stir that around. And now it's time to add all your seasonings, which is your marjoram, your paprika, salt and pepper, all your seasonings that you set aside and measured out earlier. We're going to stir everything together. Okay, next you're going to add either your tomato paste or your tomatoes and stir it in so it gets combined into the hot mixture. And then the last thing you're going to do before you cover it and let it simmer for an hour is you're going to add your meat back in. And you're going to combine that. Make sure you stir the edges, and then you're going to add your bay leaf. And this is all going to cook for about an hour on a low simmer with a lid on. Okay, it's at a medium, and now what you want to do is turn it down to a low simmer. It'll be cooking just about like this. You put the lid on and set your timer for 1 hour. You can serve this with spätzle, your own homemade noodles, which is spätzle, or anything, rice. I'm going to serve it with potatoes, and I am going to steam these, and I'm going to serve it with the salad. A little salt and pepper, and I'm just doing this because it's easy and I have a lot of potatoes, so I need to use them. Okay, it's been 1 hour, and the goulash is just the right consistency you want before adding your slurry. First, you want to remove your bay leaf, and then we're going to add our cornstarch slurry. And what this is going to do is thicken the sauce a little more so it has a little more volume. So we're going to turn this up a little bit and stir it so it thickens just to the right consistency. Okay, our potatoes are ready. I'm just going to put a little butter on. Okay, now we're just going to put everything in our salad. Put a little blue cheese. This is a very similar salad that I made on my channel already. The only difference is today I'm using romaine lettuce, but it has everything else, and I also added some radishes today. Okay, you can see what a wonderful consistency this is. This is how you want it. So what you can do is serve it on the side, just like this. And the meat is really tender, and then you can actually pour some over your potatoes if you'd like. So we're going to taste this now.